In ancient Egypt, Thoth left a routine capable of reversing biological age, and I'm not just going to tell you what it is. I'm going to prove to you that the first key works for you right now. Wherever you are, stop for a moment. Exhale through your mouth. Now inhale through your nose, counting slowly to 5. Feel the air fill the base of your lungs. Hold for a count of 5. Now exhale through your mouth as slowly as you can, counting to 5. Feel your shoulders relax. There you go. You've just switched off your body's aging mode and switched on its regeneration mode. What you felt is the first piece of the puzzle, an immediate release. But this energy you just generated will dissipate in minutes if not directed. Later, I'll show you the exact 6 movements to use this energy to cleanse your body from the inside out. And at the end, I'll reveal how to seal this 12-minute routine so the effect becomes permanent day after day. Stay with me, because without the complete sequence, the key you just turned won't open the door. Comment, "I am ready," if you accept this journey. Let's start reversing time. Age is not a matter of years, but of state of mind and health of body. You believe you breathe to survive, but the truth is much deeper. Each inhale and exhale is a command, a message you send to each of the 30 trillion cells in your body. The short, rapid, shallow breathing that has become the norm in our modern lives is a silent cry for help. It's your body operating in fight or flight mode, even when you're sitting at your desk. This constant state of alert floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone, which literally accelerates aging, wearing down your tissues and inflaming your body from the inside out. You're aging faster not because of time, but because of your breathing. The first instruction in Thoth's lost routine is a correction to this flawed command. It's a technology of disconcerting simplicity, yet transformative power. Inhale through your nose for a count of 5. Hold the air in your lungs for a count of 5. Exhale slowly through your mouth, also for a count of 5. This isn't a mere relaxation exercise to calm the mind, it's a biochemical recalibration of your internal operating system. It's a direct command to turn off the fire alarm that's constantly ringing inside you without you even realizing it. By practicing this rhythm, you're mechanically activating a central piece of your nervous system, the vagus nerve. Think of it as your body's master switch. Anxious breathing keeps it turned off, stuck in stress mode. 5-5-5 breathing turns it on, shifting your entire system into the parasympathetic domain, the state of repair and regeneration. It's only in this state that the real magic happens. This is where your body stops merely surviving and begins actively healing, rebuilding and rejuvenating itself at a deep cellular level. In this state of regenerative calm, your brain receives a safety signal and begins producing more of a protein scientists call brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This substance acts like fertilizer for your neurons. It not only protects existing brain cells, but also stimulates the growth of new ones, creating new connections and strengthening your memory and mental clarity. You're not just feeling calmer, you're literally rejuvenating your mind, building a younger, more resilient brain with each controlled breathing cycle. With this simple act, you are hacking your own biological system. You are sending a new message to your cells, one of safety, calm, and regeneration, You are telling your body to stop the accelerated aging process and initiate its self-healing protocol. Breathing ceases to be an unconscious act of survival and becomes a conscious tool for transformation. You are igniting the internal furnace, generating new vital energy. But this energy, by itself, is like water without a channel to flow. The ignition has been given. Life energy, what the ancients called prana or chi, has begun to accumulate within you. But for this force not to dissipate or stagnate, it needs a clear path to travel. It needs rivers to flow and nourish every corner of your being. The problem is that in most people, these internal rivers are completely blocked, transformed into toxic swamps by the inactivity of modern life. And without clearing these channels, all the energy you've just generated will be in vain. The internal rivers that are stagnant. Imagine that within your body lies a complex network of rivers and canals, an invisible hydrographic network that sustains your life. Eastern traditions mapped these rivers millennia ago, calling them meridians, the pathways through which vital energy, or chi, must flow freely to ensure health and longevity. If these rivers flow, life flourishes. If they stagnate, disease and aging set in. What they knew intuitively, modern science is now beginning to prove through a very real and forgotten physical structure: your lymphatic system. Think of the lymphatic system as your body's sanitation team. While your cardiovascular system delivers nutrients and oxygen, the lymphatic system is responsible for collecting and eliminating waste, dead cells, toxins, metabolic waste, and pathogens. It's the foundation of your immune system, but there's a crucial flaw in its design. Unlike blood, which has the heart as a powerful pump to propel it, lymph has no pump. It only moves significantly when you move. Every muscle contraction, every joint movement pumps this vital fluid through your body. Now, look at our modern lives. We spend hours sitting in offices, in cars, on sofas. We live in a state of chronic immobility. What happens to a river without current? It turns into a swamp. The same thing happens inside you. Your lymphatic system stagnates. Toxins that should be eliminated begin to accumulate in the tissues, generating a state of chronic low-grade inflammation. This silent inflammation is the root of almost all aging diseases: joint pain, brain fog, and, of course, the accelerated aging of your skin and organs. Thoth, in his wisdom, understood that purification precedes renewal. Egyptian purification rituals with the symbolic water of life were not just spiritual, they reflected a profound biological understanding. They knew that for life energy to flow, the body must first be cleansed of its impurities. The breathing you learned prepares the energy, ignites the flame, but if that flame is surrounded by toxic waste, it will soon go out. Movement is the language your body needs to hear to begin this internal cleansing. To reactivate these internal rivers and drain the toxic swamp, strenuous exercise or marathons are not necessary. That would be like trying to unclog a delicate pipe with a fire hose. The secret, inscribed in the lost movements of Thoth, lies in precision, deliberation, and intention. These are specific, gentle movements synchronized with the breath, designed to act like a hand pump, gently stimulating the flow of lymph and telling your body to resume its natural process of detoxification and purification. The journey to reverse biological aging cannot continue if your body is drowning in its own waste. Energy needs space to move. Healing needs a clean environment to occur. Therefore, the next step in this ancient routine is not about gaining strength or flexibility, but about opening the floodgates. It's a simple, almost poetic gesture that begins to pump life back into your stagnant channels. A movement that invites the energy of heaven to enter and purify your inner temple. Now that the energy has been awakened through breathing and the need for purification understood, the first physical movement of the lost routine reveals itself. It's an act that seems simple but carries immense functional depth. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and your knees slightly bent, not locked. It's a posture of receptivity. From here, as you begin that slow 5-second inhale, your arms begin to rise to the sides of your body, palms facing upward, as if gathering energy from the earth and the air around you. This movement, which we might call the rising tide, is a precise choreography. Your arms rise in a wide, controlled arc, unhurried, perfectly matching the rhythm of your inhalation. They meet at their highest point, above your head, just as your lungs are full. For an instant, you form a link, a bridge between the earth beneath your feet and the sky above you. As you exhale, your arms slowly descend along the same path, completing the cycle. This is no ordinary stretch, it's a hydraulic pump for your upper body. Modern science shows us what's happening beneath the skin. Raising your arms above your head, combined with the expansion of your ribcage through deep breathing, creates a pressure shift that draws stagnant lymph fluid from your arms and torso toward the large lymphatic ducts near your heart. Dozens of lymph nodes located in your armpits and neck are gently compressed and released, stimulating the filtration of toxins. You're literally pumping the waste out of your upper tissues. But the power of this gesture goes beyond mechanics. It's a symbolic act of openness. In our daily lives, we live hunched over, shoulders hunched over screens and worries. This physical posture of closure mirrors an internal state of defense and contraction. By performing the rising tide, you're breaking this pattern. You're physically opening your chest, your heart, and sending a neurological signal of safety and expansion to your brain. You're telling your nervous system, it's safe to relax, it's safe to receive. This movement is the antithesis of the stress pose. It stretches tight pectoral muscles and activates weakened back muscles, correcting the posture that accelerates spinal wear. The perfect synchrony between movement and breath calms the mind and deepens the regenerative state you've initiated. You're teaching your body and mind to work together in harmony. You're opening the floodgates so that vital energy can begin to flow and cleanse the system. The energy has now been invited in, and the pathway in the upper body begins to clear. The tide has begun to rise. However, for this surge of vitality to be more than just a passing impulse, for it to truly transform your biology, it needs a solid foundation. A tree, no matter how high its branches reach the sky, will rot and fall if its roots are weak. And the secret to building your body's roots against the passage of time lies in a place you neglect every day: the soles of your feet. Building the base against time. The great tragedy of aging isn't wrinkles or grey hair. It's the loss of independence. And this loss almost always begins with a catastrophic event: a fall. The fragility that leads to a fall isn't primarily a matter of muscular strength, but rather a failure of communication. It's your brain losing the ability to know where your body is in space. The antidote to this, the true foundation against time, isn't built in the gym, but through a simple act of mindfulness that awakens the dormant intelligence in your feet. The second movement in this ancient routine is a moving meditation, a life insurance against fragility. Begin by shifting all your weight onto one foot. Feel the sole of your foot spreading out into the ground like the roots of a tree gripping the earth. Then, very slowly, lift the opposite knee toward your chest, only as far as is comfortable. The goal here is not height, but control. The simple act of balancing on one leg unleashes a storm of neurological information, thousands of tiny nerves in the sole of your foot, called proprioceptors, which had been dormant due to the protection of shoes and lack of use, are suddenly forced to awaken. They begin firing frantic signals to your brain, reporting every micro-oscillation, every tiny adjustment your ankle and foot are making to keep you upright. Your brain, in turn, responds, sending commands back to your stabilizing muscles. This high-speed conversation is what we call balance, and every second you maintain it, you are strengthening this communication pathway. This is neuroplasticity in action. You're not just training muscles, you're rewriting your brain. Studies show that balance exercises increase gray matter density in the cerebellum, the area of the brain responsible for coordination and motor control. You're literally building a younger, more agile brain, one that's resilient to falls. Okinawan centenarians, known for their vitality in old age, don't lose this skill because they practice it every day, simply by getting up off the ground and moving over uneven terrain. With the body now firmly anchored in the earth, its roots awakened and its foundation strengthened, the THOTH'S routine introduces a third element. The energy has been opened in the sky and is now rooted in the earth. The next step is to ensure that this sky-earth connection is not just an empty structure, but that the channels running through it are activated. To achieve this, ancient knowledge utilizes a technique that Western science is only beginning to appreciate for its profound effects on the nervous and immune systems. The power of intentional touch. You've built the foundation. Now you need to awaken the house's inhabitants. The energy is ready, the body is stable, but the internal rivers are still slumbering. The next step doesn't involve force, but sensitivity. It's a method of directly awakening the energy channels, using your own fingers as activation tools, following a secret map drawn on your own body, waiting to be rediscovered. With your foundation firmly established, the next step on this inner journey is like turning on the lights on a dark map. You'll use your own hands to trace and awaken the energy pathways that run through your body. This technique, which may seem strange at first, is a form of self-applied acupressure, a secret guarded by ancient healing traditions. Using your fingertips, begin tapping lightly but firmly on the area just below your collarbones, at the top of your chest. Feel the vibration resonate. From there, continue tapping down the inside of one arm, from the shoulder to the fingertips. Then, turn your hand and move up the outside of the arm, back to the shoulder. Repeat on the other side. What you're doing isn't random. You're precisely following the path of the lung and heart energy meridians, as mapped by Chinese medicine. These are the channels responsible for the circulation of vital energy and the regulation of emotions. By stimulating them, you're breaking down energy blockages and inviting the flow to normalize. Western science, using its own language, describes this act differently, but arrives at the same conclusion. The tapping stimulates mechanoreceptors in the skin, which send calming signals to the nervous system. Furthermore, this action activates superficial lymph nodes located along these pathways, further boosting the lymphatic drainage you've initiated. You're in effect improving your immunity and increasing your body awareness, teaching your brain to sense parts of your body it had forgotten about. It's a dual action, energetic and physiological. Now, your attention turns to the central axis of your world, your spine. It is your tower of communication, the ladder that connects earth to heaven. The fourth movement, which we can call the dragon coil, is designed to nourish this vital structure. With your hands on your hips for stability, slowly twist your torso to one side, keeping your gaze forward. The twist should be gentle, an invitation, not a force. Feel the spiral stretch run through your spine from the base of your spine to your neck. Breathe into this movement, then return to center to repeat on the other side. This gentle twisting movement is incredibly powerful. It hydrates the intervertebral discs, which tend to dry out and compress with age, a leading cause of back pain and height loss. Deeper down, the twist gently massages your internal organs and, crucially, stimulates the vagus nerve, which runs along your spine. Each twist is like squeezing a sponge, releasing stagnation and deepening the state of relaxation and regeneration. Yogis knew that a flexible spine is the secret to a long life. You've opened your body to the sky, anchored it to the earth, awakened the channels in your arms, and nourished your central axis. Energy has begun to move more coherently. It's no longer stagnant or scattered. You've created a circuit. The electricity is on, the channels are clear, and the structure is aligned. Energy is flowing, but flowing without purpose is just chaos. Where should all this newly awakened vitality go? For the magic of age reversal to happen, this energy needs to be gathered, concentrated, and stored in a specific place, your power center. The cauldron of immortality. Now we come to the crucial moment, the heart of the entire alchemical process. All the energy you've awakened and circulated cannot be wasted. It needs to be collected and stored in an internal reservoir, a power center that the Taoists call the Dantian and the Japanese call the Tanden. Think of it as your body's main battery, located about 2 inches below your navel. It is in this internal cauldron that the true transformation of energy into vitality takes place. If you don't learn to store energy here, everything you've done so far will dissipate like smoke. The fifth movement, the centering descent, is designed to do just that. From a standing position, rest your palms on the area below your navel. Feel the warmth of your hands. As you exhale slowly, bend your knees and lower your center of gravity a few inches, as if you were starting to sit down in a high chair. This is a semi-squat. As you inhale, return to the starting position. The movement is small, but its purpose is profound. You are physically and energetically bringing your awareness and energy to your core. While performing this movement, visualization becomes key. As you inhale, imagine drawing the Earth's energy through your feet, up your legs. As you exhale and descend, imagine condensing all this energy, along with the energy that has circulated through your body, into a sphere of brilliant light within your Dantian. You are teaching your body and mind to recognize this place as your center of strength. This act strengthens the muscles of your legs and core, your natural armor against falls, but its true power is energetic. You are igniting the fire of vitality. With the fire lit and the energy gathered in the cauldron, the final step is to seal the process. The sixth and final movement, the closing seal, completes the work and concludes the ritual. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, in a universal gesture of prayer or gratitude. Press one palm firmly against the other. This simple isometric act activates the muscles of the chest, shoulders, and arms, combating the postural weakness that causes us to slouch forward with age. But symbolically, you are uniting the polarities within yourself, heaven and earth, yin and yang. Maintain this firm pressure through 3 complete cycles of the 5-5-5 breath. With each exhalation, increase the pressure. With each inhalation, maintain it. This seal in front of the heart, the center of the spirit, or Shen in the Taoist tradition, signifies that you are offering refined energy, qi, to nourish your higher consciousness. You are completing the alchemical circuit, from essence, jing, to energy, qi, and from energy to spirit, Shen. The work is done, the energy is integrated. The elixir has been sealed within the vessel. Here's the complete routine, Thoth's lost 12-minute protocol. Begin with 2 minutes of 5-5-5 breathing to calibrate your system. Then flow through the 6 movements, dedicating about a minute to each, always in sync with your breath. Rising tide, root balancing, meridian touch, dragon coil, centering descent, and finally, closing seal. Conclude with another 2 minutes of breathing, feeling the warmth, presence, and vitality pulsing through your center. The union of breath, movement, and intention is the secret. But why does it work so well? What you've just learned may sound like a mystical ritual, an esoteric choreographer from a forgotten time. And, in a sense, it is. But the true beauty of this ancient routine is that every single step, without exception, is validated and explained by the most advanced science of the 21st century. Thoth's wisdom was not based on blind faith, but on a deep and functional understanding of the human body, a science that our civilization is only just beginning to achieve. Let's dismantle the magic and look at the mechanics. The controlled breathing that begins and ends the practice is the first test. Modern neuroscience confirms that slow breathing rhythms, especially with the pause during holding, maximize the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the lungs, optimizing cellular energy. More importantly, as we've seen, it activates the vagus nerve, which dramatically reduces levels of cortisol, the stress and aging hormone, while increasing feel-good neurotransmitters and the production of the neural growth factor, BDNF. This is science, not mysticism. The following movements are a lesson in applied physiology. Rising tides and meridian touch are effective methods of manual lymphatic drainage, combating chronic inflammation, which is now recognized as one of the main causes of aging and degenerative diseases. Single-leg balance training is the most powerful tool known to neuroscience for maintaining neuroplasticity and preventing falls. The event that marks the beginning of the end of independence for many older adults. The dragon coil, with its gentle twisting of the spine, is recommended by physical therapists worldwide to maintain healthy intervertebral discs and spinal mobility, preventing chronic pain. The centering dip is a fundamental exercise for strengthening the core and legs, the foundation of our functional strength. And the isometric closing seal is a proven way to maintain upper body strength without the need for weights or equipment, combating sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Even deeper, the science of telomeres gives us a clue as to what's happening in our DNA. Telomeres are the protective caps on the ends of our chromosomes, and they shorten each time a cell divides. Telomere length is one of the most accurate markers of our biological age. Cutting-edge studies, such as those by Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn, have conclusively shown that mind-body practices that reduce stress and inflammation can slow and, in some cases, even reverse telomere shortening. This 12-minute routine isn't a collection of random exercises. It's a synergistic, intelligent system where each part enhances the other. It's advanced body technology disguised as simplicity. THOTH'S didn't need microscopes or MRIs. He had an intuitive, functional understanding of how the body operates as an integrated whole. The routine isn't magic, it's just good science, way ahead of its time. But knowing the science and understanding the routine alone won't produce any results. The error that makes the routine useless. Now you have the map, you understand the science, you know the moves, and this is exactly where most people fail. They make a fatal mistake, a misperception that renders all this powerful wisdom completely useless. They treat this 12-minute routine like a regular fitness workout, something to be done forcefully, in a hurry, striving for mechanical perfection. They fit it into their lives when they have time, do it for a week, and when they don't see a miraculous transformation, they give up. And in doing so, they miss the whole point. The true alchemy of this practice doesn't lie in the intensity or perfection of the movement. It resides in two elements that our modern culture disregards: consistency and intention. Doing this routine for an hour once a week has next to no effect. Doing it for 12 minutes every day without fail has the power to rewrite your biology. Frequency is key. It's daily repetition that works like a drop of water dripping on stone. Over time, it sculpts a new reality. These 12 minutes need to become a sacred, non-negotiable ritual in your life, as essential as brushing your teeth or sleeping. It's not something you do when you have time. It's something you do to create more quality time in your life. It's daily consistency that sends an unmistakable message to your body. Our new operating mode is regeneration. You're reprogramming your cellular habits one day at a time. Your body's cells are constantly listening, and consistency is the only language they take seriously. Centenarians living in the planet's blue zones, the places with the highest concentration of people living beyond 100 in good health, don't run marathons or lift extreme weights. Their secret is constant, gentle movement integrated into their daily lives, combined with a strong sense of purpose. This routine is your daily concentrated dose of that same principle. It's a deliberate conversation with your body, using the language it perfectly understands, conscious breathing and intentional movement. But consistency alone isn't everything. It needs to be coupled with intention. You're not just moving your arms and legs, you're participating in an act of self-healing. You're cultivating energy. You're honoring your body. Every movement must be done with presence and attention. Without this, it's just empty exercises. And this brings us to the final and most important question of all. Why are you doing this? What's the point of living to 100 if quality of life is a burden? The ultimate goal isn't just to add years to your life, but to add life to your years. The pursuit of longevity without vitality is a trap. What good is a body that lasts a century but spends the last decades confined to a bed? Your mind lost in a fog and your body aching. The true goal is independence, clarity, and the strength to live fully until your last breath. And this goal isn't a gift. It's a choice you make every day. Thoth was known as the scribe of the gods, the one who recorded destiny. But the greatest secret he kept wasn't what was written, but the fact that the pen is actually in his hands. The phrase "you write your own future" isn't a poetic metaphor. It's a literal description of how biology works. Every choice, every action, every thought is a word you write in the book of your life. And every day you dedicate these 12 minutes, you're writing a chapter about the person you'll be at 80, 90, or 100. You're not fighting aging. That's a losing battle, a war against nature itself. Instead, you're aligning with the principle of life, which is constant regeneration. You're choosing to actively participate in your renewal process, rather than be a passive spectator to your own decline. It's the application of the Taoist principle of Wu Wei, effortless action, where intelligent consistency replaces brute force. You stop fighting the current of time and learn to navigate its flow. Think about the person you want to be in 30, 40, 50 years. Imagine yourself with a clear and sharp mind, capable of learning new things. Imagine yourself with a strong and stable body, capable of moving without pain, playing with your grandchildren, traveling, and being independent. This person doesn't come about by chance or genetic luck. They are built, day after day, with small conscious decisions. This future person is watching you now, waiting to see what choice you will make. They deserve these 12 minutes of your day. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections, has no expiration date. Your body maintains an innate capacity to heal and strengthen itself at any age. But these abilities aren't activated by default. They require stimulation. They need a clear signal that they're still needed. This routine is that stimulation. It's the daily signal you send to your body and mind, saying, "We're not done yet. We're still in the game. We're growing, adapting, and fully participating in life." The price of independence in old age is paid with the currency of consistency in youth and middle age. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic pills. There is only daily practice. The journey to reversing your biological age doesn't start tomorrow or next Monday. It doesn't start after you have more time or less stress. It starts now, this very moment, with the next breath you take. The pen is in your hand, the page is blank. The question isn't whether you can live to 100. The question is, what story will you write? If you've made it this far, you're no longer the same person who started this video. You've received the map, and the decision to walk the path is now yours. To let me know you've completed this initial journey, leave the phrase, "The pen is in my hands," in the comments. For those who feel called to help this channel grow and spread more content like this, there's a link in the first pinned comment where you can contribute directly. Any help is immensely important to me and the future of this work, but understand that just watching until the end is a huge help. If you can, share this video with someone who also needs to awaken this power. And before you go, the journey doesn't have to end here. I've put together a special video to deepen what we've learned and give you the next practical step. Don't leave yet. Just click on the video that's currently playing on your screen and we'll meet you there.